Hi guys and welcome to Simply Hi. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the J38 rucksack from Gregory. Now this rucksack is women's specific, so let's take a look, shall we? So as you can see, it's a nice little purple colour, the one that I've got here today, which means it's going to be nice and bright. You'll be seeing definitely in the hills. You've got nice ripstop material on the front as well as on the side there, which means this bag is nice lightweight, but it's also really tough and really durable. So, you know, if you're after an all sort of bag to kind of do all sorts, this is definitely one to look at. Right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is the front pocket. So, as you can see, it's nice and spacious. You've got compression straps on the bottom as well as on the top here. It's nice and wide for any jackets, any snacks or anything like that. Or if you're doing a bit of cycling, a bit of road cycling or anything like that, you can pop your helmet in there using the toggle systems on the top part there, putting that in, and then that will basically keep your helmet safe and secure. Well, you'll also notice on the front part here as well is where the rain cover lives. So if I pull that out, yet again, if the heavens do start to open, pull that out, cover the rucksack, and away you go. Keep everything nice and dry. But to be honest with you, this pocket here is a real good pocket to have as a safety pocket. So your mobile phone, your GPS systems, anything that, like you want, any valuables that you want to keep well hidden, you can pop it in there, because once the bag's done up like that, you don't actually see the zip itself. So that's from a security point of view, that's a really nice pocket to, hide all your valuables inside there. Obviously as well, you do have a nice pocket on the front as well. That's pretty much where the extra 3 litres comes from in there. Yet again, keeping everything safe and secure, and they have storm flap that as well. So if the heavens do open, just gives you a bit of protection on the zip. That's pretty much the front part of the outer part. So let's take a look at the innards, shall we? Now with this rucksack, and pretty much any Gregory rucksack, really easy to open. So hold the tab there, hold the tab there, pull. There you go, rucksack is open. And as you can see on the inside, it's nice and spacious. They haven't tried to put any other pockets or anything inside there. It's your basic setup standard there. But what that does mean is though that you can obviously, move freely, put gear in there to your own accord. You don't have to specifically put it in there. The only other pocket that you've got in there is obviously for your hydration, which I'll show you in a minute where that actually pops out. Now to put it, actually close it up, there's no other fancy toggle system. Simple as that. Just give it a quick pull and it's all done up safe and secure. Another little tip that I'm going to give you, this system here, which obviously helps compress the top front part of the bag, if you clip that in, so say if you're doing a wild camp or anything like that, you've got a roll mat or anything like that, you can feed that through the top. Even though the hood part isn't adjustable, you'll still be able to clip that over, tighten that up, and away you go. You've got yourself another extra bit of storage. Now before I move on to the back, I'm going to show you a nice little trick that the front also does. So, there it is. You're always in a rush, and no matter what you want, it's always at the bottom of the rucksack. This has got a nice wide front zip on there, so you can get quick access to anything that you need, unzip it, grab it, pull it out, and away you go. And as I say, that accesses the entirety of the rucksack as well. As I say, it's not the top half, the bottom half, it does the whole thing. And as I say, you can grab anything on the inside nice and easily. As I say, touches like that, which really sell the rucksack to me personally. I think it's definitely a really nice shout. So, actually, before we go to the back, there's another security pocket. So, you've got a security pocket in there. So if you don't like the thought of using the rain cover, you've got a zip there. You can pop your phone, your wallet, your GPS system, any other bits and bobs in there, and away you go. It keeps everything safe and secure. And obviously when it's up, you don't see it. Talking about when the actual bag itself is up, you've got a traditional space there as well. So keeping everything secure, your Kendall mint cake, your spare batteries, anything like that, it's pretty much standard with any rucksack of this sort of style. So on the top section there, that's where obviously the bladder itself feeds through. You basically connect it through here, and then away you go. Basically, the security of it rides on the side there. If you look closely as well, you've got nice mesh on the front of the actual strap itself, enabling the breathability of the rucksack. And obviously what you'll notice, it's got a flow system inside as well. So the actual rigid itself isn't actually that rigid, or should I say that bent, but it enables you enough space to kind of go between the rucksack and your back, enabling you to give you a nice cool back. Another nice little tip that this rucksack has is the actual structure as well on the back plate. Rather than it being just 2 bars down the middle, it actually goes from the top, crosses over at this part, and then rather than quite a lot of manufacturers end the actual bar itself on the side, it actually centralises it. Now, When it comes to actual weight distribution, should I say, it's better to have it on the lower part of your back rather than on the sides. It means you can take a lot more of a load, which means if you're carrying heavier stuff, it's going to be a lot more comfortable for you. Yet again, so that's a really nice little feature. Standard as well with any other rucksack, you've got the chest strap, which is all, you know, self-adjustable, everything like that. You've got the clips on the hip strap, which yet again, pretty standard bit of kit. If I just do them up here. So that, yet again, nice and strong, nice and easy. Obviously, you've got side pockets as well, or hip pockets on there, big enough for, you know, mobile phones, obviously depending on the sort of size of phone that you've got. You know, your energy bars, any other bits and bobs, a bit of Kendall mint cake on that. But what you'll also see is if I actually roll it, if I do that, and then kind of let go, what you'll notice is the actual hip straps themselves aren't flat. Now, a lot of manufacturers just use flat standard foam, and then basically enables you to, you know, the actual foam itself to wrap around you. The fact that the Gregory rucksack is slightly fitted, especially on the hip straps, which means you're going to get a better fit straight out of the box. It's going to mold you quicker and easier. And yeah, just generally performance-wise, it's going to be a lot more comfortable for you. This is why this is a great rucksack from Gregory. And for any more information, please visit us at simplyhike.co.uk.